Have you ever noticed how some older adults seem to navigate their golden years with remarkable grace and vitality? Perhaps you've wondered what their secret might be. Is it genetics, a positive outlook, or something else entirely? The truth is, one of the most powerful yet overlooked factors in healthy aging is something surprisingly simple: daily rituals and routines. In this video, we're exploring 5 profound ways that consistent daily practices transform the lives of older adults, bringing not just structure but a deeper sense of purpose, connection, and well-being. Each reason we'll discuss reveals something fundamental about the human experience as we age. And by the end of our time together, you may see your own daily habits in a completely new light. These aren't just surface-level observations either. They're grounded in neuroscience, psychology, and the lived wisdom of countless elders who have discovered the transformative power of ritual in their lives. We'll talk about how routines affect brain health, emotional resilience, social connections, physical vitality, and even your sense of meaning, all in ways that most people never fully appreciate. So if you've ever felt that your daily routines were just mundane necessities rather than powerful tools for well-being, you're in the right place. Stay with us until the end, because what you learn here might not only enhance your daily experience but could fundamentally shift how you approach this remarkable stage of life. Now, let's begin. Number 1. Neural pathways and cognitive resilience. One of the most compelling reasons daily rituals benefit older adults is how they strengthen and preserve neural pathways in the brain. As we age, our brains naturally undergo changes. Certain connections may weaken, while others need reinforcement. Consistent daily routines create what neuroscientists call cognitive scaffolding. When you perform the same sequence of activities each day, it's perhaps brewing your morning tea, reading the newspaper, and taking a short walk, you're not just filling time. You're actually reinforcing essential neural networks that process sequential thinking, time management, and procedural memory. These pathways, once deeply established, become remarkably resilient even when other cognitive functions might begin to fluctuate. The predictability of rituals also reduces cognitive load. When certain parts of your day run on autopilot, your brain conserves precious mental energy for more demanding tasks. You're likely familiar with that moment of mental fatigue after making too many decisions in a row. That's decision fatigue, and it hits harder as we age. Daily rituals create islands of certainty in your day where your mind can rest from constant decision-making. What's more, these established patterns serve as protective factors during times of transition or stress. If you've ever gone through a major life change, perhaps moving to a new home or recovering from an illness, you may have noticed how comforting familiar routines can be. They provide a sense of normalcy and competence even when other aspects of life feel uncertain. Consider Margaret, who at 79 maintained her sharp mind and quick wit despite experiencing some normal age-related memory changes. Her secret wasn't extraordinary. It was the extraordinary consistency of her ordinary days. Every morning began with the same sequence: stretching exercises while her coffee brewed, writing 3 pages in her journal, and calling one family member before noon. These weren't just habits, they were cognitive anchors. When Margaret experienced a fall that required a 3-week stay with her daughter, she brought these rituals with her. While other aspects of her recovery were challenging, maintaining these core daily practices helped her cognitive function remain stable. Her neurologist later explained that these consistent patterns likely helped preserve her cognitive reserves during a physically stressful time. This understanding can be truly empowering. When you recognize that your morning cup of tea or evening walk isn't just a preference but a brain-protective practice, you approach these rituals with greater intention and appreciation. That's the beauty of awareness. It transforms simple routines into purposeful acts of self-care and cognitive preservation. Number 2. Emotional regulation and stress management. A second powerful benefit of daily rituals for older adults lies in their remarkable ability to regulate emotions and manage stress. As we journey through our later years, emotional resilience becomes increasingly important, yet many don't realize how significantly regular routines contribute to emotional stability. Consistent daily practices create what psychologists call emotional anchoring points throughout your day, reliable moments that help calibrate your nervous system and maintain emotional equilibrium. These predictable touchstones serve as natural regulators for your body's stress response system, which undergoes subtle changes with aging. In our younger years, the body often bounces back quickly from stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. But as we age, these stress chemicals can linger longer in our systems, potentially affecting everything from sleep quality to heart health. Regular rituals create natural opportunities for the parasympathetic nervous system, (MANIS), your body's relaxation response, to activate throughout the day. Consider the simple ritual of an afternoon tea break. This isn't just about the beverage itself, but about creating a predictable pause that signals to your body it's time to reset. Your breathing naturally slows, your muscles relax, and stress hormones begin to dissipate. When practiced daily, these moments of physiological calm create what scientists call stress inoculation, a protective buffer against life's inevitable challenges. There's also a profound psychological component to these rituals. As we age, many experience significant life transitions, retirement, relocations, changing health, or the loss of loved ones. During these periods, familiar routines serve as emotional constants, providing a sense of control and competence when other aspects of life feel uncertain or overwhelming. Take James, for example, a 74-year-old who lost his wife of 47 years. During the depths of his grief, it was his unwavering morning ritual, tending his small garden, preparing a simple breakfast, and listening to classical music while reviewing his day's intentions, that provided emotional scaffolding. Those first hours of each day gave me something solid to stand on when everything else felt like quicksand, he later shared. What James discovered wasn't unusual. Research shows that maintaining predictable daily practices during periods of emotional upheaval can reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression while promoting psychological resilience. These rituals don't eliminate grief or difficulty, but they provide essential emotional containment, boundaries that help make intense feelings more manageable. Even for those not facing major life changes, daily rituals serve as natural mood regulators. They create a rhythm that helps smooth out emotional peaks and valleys, something particularly valuable as we navigate the complex emotional landscape of our later years. Knowing you have certain touch points to look forward to each day, perhaps a morning meditation, an afternoon walk with a neighbor, or an evening call with a loved one, creates a psychological safety net that supports emotional well-being. The most powerful aspect of this emotional regulation isn't just about feeling better, it's about the ripple effects into physical health. Lower stress levels contribute to better immune function, reduced inflammation, improved sleep quality, and even healthier cardiovascular function. In this way, simple daily practices become powerful medicine, supporting not just emotional equilibrium, but whole body health. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating meaningful content that honors the wisdom of aging. Now let's continue our exploration. Number 3. Physical vitality and body rhythms. A third profound benefit of consistent daily rituals for older adults is their remarkable influence on physical health and bodily systems. As we age, our internal biological clocks, often called circadian rhythms, can become more sensitive to disruption. Regular daily practices help recalibrate these essential rhythms, supporting everything from digestion to hormonal balance to quality sleep. Your body thrives on predictability. When meals, activity, rest, and sleep follow consistent patterns, your digestive system, metabolism, and hormonal processes operate more efficiently. This biological synchronization becomes increasingly valuable with each passing year, as it helps compensate for the natural changes in metabolism and bodily systems that accompany aging. Consider digestion, for example. Many older adults notice changes in how their bodies process food. Having meals at regular times each day trains your digestive enzymes to activate when needed, improving nutrient absorption and reducing discomfort. Something as simple as eating breakfast within the same hour each morning can help regulate blood sugar levels throughout the entire day, providing more consistent energy and reducing strain on the pancreas and other organs. Physical movement routines offer equally powerful benefits. While high-intensity exercise gets much attention, consistent gentle movement distributed throughout each day may be even more beneficial for older adults. Regular movement rituals might as perhaps morning stretches, an afternoon walk, or evening gentle yoga help maintain joint flexibility, circulation, and muscle tone without overtaxing the body. These movement practices also support what gerontologists call proprioception, your sense of where your body is in space. This bodily awareness often diminishes with age, contributing to balance issues and fall risk. Daily movement rituals that incorporate balance and coordination help preserve these neural pathways, supporting confidence and safety in daily activities. Take Eleanor, age 81, who incorporated 3 5-minute movement breaks into each day, gentle stretching in the morning, walking to her mailbox and back at noon, and seated dance movements while watching the evening news. Nothing strenuous, she explains, but my joints don't stiffen up like they used to, and I haven't had that morning stiffness since I started this pattern. Her physician notes that these distributed movement sessions likely maintain synovial fluid in her joints while supporting cardiovascular health in a gentle, sustainable way. Sleep quality, perhaps one of the most common concerns among older adults, also responds remarkably well to consistent daily rituals. Your brain relies on environmental and behavioral cues to regulate sleep hormones like melatonin. When certain activities consistently precede bedtime, perhaps a warm beverage, gentle stretching, or reading with warm-toned lighting, these become powerful signals to your brain that it's time to initiate the sleep cycle. What's particularly fascinating is how these physical rituals connect to sensory experience. As we age, certain sensory inputs may diminish while others become more sensitive. Incorporating pleasant sensory elements into daily rituals, the aroma of morning coffee, the feeling of warm water during an evening hand-washing ritual, or the gentle weight of a favorite blanket during afternoon rest, provides neurological stimulation that supports brain health while enhancing the emotional satisfaction of these routines. The power of these physical rituals isn't just in their individual effects, but in their cumulative impact over time. Like compound interest, their benefits accumulate day by day, supporting resilience and vitality in ways that occasional high-effort interventions simply cannot match. This is why gerontologists increasingly recommend consistent, moderate daily practices over intense but sporadic efforts. Understanding this biological foundation can transform how you view your daily habits. That midday rest isn't laziness. It's strategic energy management. The morning sunlight exposure while enjoying your coffee isn't just pleasant, it's circadian rhythm regulation. Your evening relaxation ritual isn't merely downtime, it's active support for your sleep physiology. When viewed through this lens, these simple practices become profound investments in your long-term vitality. Number 4. Social connection and community integration. The fourth powerful benefit of daily rituals for older adults is how they naturally create opportunities for meaningful social connection, an element increasingly recognized as essential for healthy aging. Regular routines don't just structure your day, they weave you into the social fabric of your community in subtle but significant ways. As we age, our social landscapes inevitably change. Retirement removes workplace relationships, friends and family may relocate, and mobility challenges can make spontaneous gatherings more difficult. During these transitions, daily rituals that incorporate social elements, even brief interactions, provide essential human connection that supports emotional and cognitive health. Consider the value of what sociologists call weak ties, those casual relationships with acquaintances, service providers, and community members that we encounter regularly. These connections may seem superficial, but research shows they contribute significantly to our sense of belonging and community integration. The morning ritual of chatting with the same coffee shop barista, exchanging pleasantries with regular fellow walkers at the park, or brief conversations with neighbors during your evening garden tending. These interactions create what psychologists call social anchoring. What makes ritually based social connections particularly valuable is their sustainability. Unlike major social events that might require significant energy and recovery time, these brief, regular interactions provide consistent social nourishment without depletion. They're especially valuable for introverts or those with limited energy reserves, offering connection in manageable doses. Take Walter, age 77, who developed a morning ritual of walking to his neighborhood bakery 3 times weekly. The 10-minute conversation he enjoys with other regulars provides reliable social connection without overwhelming his introverted nature. It's just enough people time, he explains. I know I'll see familiar faces, have a few pleasant exchanges, and carry that sense of connection through my day. His doctor notes that since establishing this routine, Walter's depression screenings have consistently improved. These socially embedded rituals also provide what gerontologists call passive monitoring, informal community oversight that contributes to safety and well-being. When you're seen regularly in your community, your absence gets noticed. The neighbor who observes you haven't collected your newspaper, or the shop owner who realizes you've missed your usual visit creates an informal safety net that many older adults find reassuring rather than intrusive. Technology can extend these connection rituals in meaningful ways. For Maria, 83, her evening ritual includes video calling one family member on a rotating schedule. Monday is my grandson in college, Tuesday is my sister, Wednesday is my daughter, she explains. The predictability means neither party needs to initiate or wonder when they'll connect next, reducing the cognitive and emotional barriers to consistent contact. There's also profound value in intergenerational rituals. Robert, 79, volunteers at the same elementary school listening to children read every Tuesday morning. Those children don't just benefit from the reading practice, his geriatrician explains. And Robert isn't just getting out of the house, they're engaging in a biologically significant exchange. The children receive elder wisdom and attention, while Robert experiences the neurological benefits of intergenerational contact. His brain actually processes these interactions differently than peer-to-peer contact. Even rituals practiced alone can have social dimensions. Marta, 72, follows several cooking channels and prepares the featured recipe each Saturday. Though cooking alone, she feels connected to a community of fellow home cooks. I know thousands of others are making the same dish this weekend, she explains. When I leave comments or read others' variations on the recipe, I'm part of something larger than myself. This sense of belonging, even without direct interaction, satisfies a fundamental human need for community. Understanding the social dimensions of daily rituals can inspire you to enhance existing practices or develop new ones with connection in mind. Perhaps your morning coffee could occasionally happen at a local cafe, your daily walk might follow a route where you're likely to encounter neighbors, or your evening reading could include a virtual or in-person book group once monthly. These simple adjustments don't just add social interaction to your day, they weave you more deeply into the community fabric that supports well-being throughout aging. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating content that honors the wisdom and experience of aging. Now let's explore our final insight. Number 5. Purpose, meaning, and legacy. The fifth and perhaps most profound benefit of daily rituals for older adults is how they create ongoing opportunities for purpose, meaning, and legacy. Work elements that research increasingly shows are fundamental to well-being in our later years. Regular practices don't just fill your day, they can infuse it with significance that transcends the activities themselves. As we journey through our later decades, questions of meaning and purpose often take on new urgency. What contribution am I still making? How will I be remembered? What values do I want to embody and transmit? Daily rituals, when approached mindfully, become powerful vehicles for engaging with these deeper dimensions of aging. Consider the psychological concept of generativity. Amidst the desire to nurture future generations and leave something meaningful behind. Daily practices that connect to your values and wisdom create ongoing opportunities to express this generative impulse. Perhaps it's the garden you tend each morning, knowing it will feed others and beautify your neighborhood. Maybe it's the journal you write in daily, preserving family stories for descendants. Or it could be the mentoring calls you schedule each week, sharing professional knowledge with younger practitioners in your field. These purpose-infused rituals provide what psychologists call eudaimonic well-being, michis, happiness derived, not from pleasure but from meaning and virtuous action. This form of well-being proves particularly sustainable in older adulthood, as it doesn't depend on circumstances or sensory pleasures that might diminish, but rather on alignment between your actions and deeper values. Take Joseph, 84, who spends 20 minutes each morning writing letters sometimes to elected officials advocating for causes he believes in, sometimes to younger family members sharing life lessons, occasionally to old friends reconnecting across decades. These aren't just letters, he explains. They're my way of still participating in creating the world I hope for, even when my physical energy is limited. His geriatric counselor notes that this ritual provides cognitive stimulation, emotional processing, and purposeful engagement, all in one simple practice. Daily rituals also offer a powerful framework for legacy work. The process of identifying, preserving, and transmitting your most essential values and wisdom. Catherine, 76, incorporated a simple legacy element into her evening routine. Before sleep, she records a brief voice memo, answering one question from a list her grandchildren created. What was your favorite book as a child? What's the bravest thing you ever did? What would you tell your 20-year-old self? These 3-minute recordings, collected over months, are creating an audio legacy her family treasures even before her passing. There's also profound meaning in rituals that connect to cultural or spiritual traditions. For many older adults, practices that link them to their heritage or faith provide a sense of continuity and belonging to something larger than themselves. Whether lighting Sabbath candles each Friday, performing traditional morning prayers, or cooking ancestral recipes on special dates, these rituals connect individual lives to collective wisdom traditions that span generations. Even humble household routines can carry deeper significance when approached mindfully. Elena, 79, transformed her daily housekeeping tasks by approaching them as what she calls blessing rituals. When I dust the photographs, I'm not just cleaning glass, she explains. I'm honoring the people and memories they represent. When I water plants, I'm nurturing life. These aren't chores anymore, they're small ceremonies of care. What makes these meaning-rich rituals so valuable in older adulthood is how they create ongoing opportunities to express your essential self and values, regardless of physical limitations or life circumstances. They offer daily touchpoints with what matters most to you, creating continuity of identity even as other aspects of life change. They answer the fundamental human question, what gives my life meaning, not with abstract philosophy, but with embodied daily practice. The beauty of purpose-infused rituals is that they can begin at any point. Perhaps there's a daily practice you already have that could be enhanced with intentional meaning, or maybe you'll be inspired to create a new ritual that connects to your values and wisdom. Either way, these meaningful daily practices create what one gerontologist calls purpose pathways, reliable routes to significance that remain accessible regardless of age or circumstance. Final thoughts. As we conclude this exploration of why daily rituals hold such transformative power for older adults, take a moment to reflect on what most resonated with you. Was it how consistent practices support brain health and cognitive resilience, how they regulate emotions and provide stability during life's transitions? Perhaps it was their influence on physical vitality, social connection, or their capacity to infuse your days with purpose and meaning. Each of these dimensions reveals something essential about the journey of aging well, that it's not primarily about fighting decline, but about creating alignment. Alignment between your daily practices and your body's changing needs, between your routines and your deepest values, between your habits and your desire for connection. When your daily life achieves this kind of alignment, aging becomes not just a process of adaptation, but an opportunity for continued growth and deepening wisdom. There's profound beauty in recognizing that some of life's most powerful medicine comes not in dramatic interventions, but in the gentle, consistent rhythms of everyday living. The morning light on your face as you enjoy your coffee, the familiar voices of loved ones during regular calls, the satisfaction of tending your garden or creating something with your hands, the quiet reflection as day turns to evening. These aren't just pleasant moments, they're essential nourishment for body, mind, and spirit. You're not simply passing time with your daily rituals, you're weaving the fabric of a life rich with intention, connection, and meaning. Each consistent practice, however simple, contributes to your resilience and well-being in ways that accumulate day by day, creating a foundation for flourishing even amidst the challenges that aging can bring. If you've recognized yourself in any of these insights today, know that the daily patterns you establish or maintain aren't trivial matters. They're profound expressions of self-care and wisdom. By honoring the power of ritual in your life, you're not just aging, by death, you're continuing to grow, connect, and contribute in ways uniquely possible in this remarkable stage of life. Thank you for joining us for this exploration. We'd love to hear from you. Share in the comments one daily ritual that brings meaning to your life, or a new practice you're inspired to begin. Your experiences and wisdom are valuable, not just to us, but to fellow viewers seeking to age with greater intention and joy. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share with others who might benefit. Your support helps us continue creating content that honors the depth and richness of the aging journey. Until next time, may your days be filled with meaningful rituals that nourish your whole being.